1906. It was on Thursday night. I don't remember the name of the month when it happened. They built a new church. When it was ready, they put it on fire. And then I went out from the house and I looked at it, and it lit up the whole city. I was so scared, terrible. Well, I went in the house, and my mother took us, the younger children, and she took us to a woman that used to make our wash. And when we came to that woman, Thursday night, she put us on the garret, you know. She had a garret on the top of it. We stayed there from Thursday night till Saturday morning. Saturday morning, we had a friend that he found out we were there, and he brought a pail of hot milk, and he gave us hot milk. That was from Thursday night, the first time we had a drink. We didn't have nothing at all for that whole day. And then when he went away, my father and my older sister, my older brother were in the house. We had 2 cars, and you know what, some people got so drunk, and they came to the house, they took the cows away, and my father was alone, he wasn't in the house, he was outside, and a couple of blocks away there was a synagogue. And we had the separate toilets there. We had 2 separate toilets of our own. You know what that toilet is? Can you explain?
The scrolls, yeah, the Holy Scrolls. The Torah.
So they tore those, you know, they went to synagogue and they took out all these things and they tore it in pieces. And it was flying all over the street. And my father was trying to pick up the pieces. So then a friend, also a man, a Gentile, he came over, what are you doing? They're going to kill you. So then my brother, my sister came out and they grabbed my father and they took a horse and boat and they took him to the train. You know, I had a sister living in a different country. So they took him to the train and he went on the train. My sister was dressed like a peasant and she also helped to pick out those pieces. And my brother, and finally, these drunkards, they came to a Jewish house, which the family didn't have a chance to run any place. They were down the basement. They hurt the father, they had the head split open. The mother, they killed to death. And a girl of 18 years old, they raped her. Maybe, who knows how many people. A baby, they had a baby 8 months old. They took a fork where they pick out the hay, and they stuck in the baby's eye, and they had it with the baby, and walking around and making such a noise, kill the Jews, kill the Jews, kill the Jews. Finally, my sister and my brother, you know, they seen it was dangerous. So they came out to see us, Mama, and we, the younger children, were by that wash woman. It took about a week that kept on. They were, you know, to went every Jewish house, and they broke everything. They broke all the Jewish business stores, broke, robbed, everything. We had a mirror. It was so thick, like this, and they chopped it to pieces. Finally, after a week, there was one street, special a Jewish, they call it the Jewish street. It was about 5-6 blocks. In the end of the street, it was a big, I should say, like a forest. In that forest, there was a hospital built. And in the building, a lot of from that street, all the Jews, you know, ran to the hospital. And the doctor, the main doctor, He was a Jew, but he married a Gentile woman. And they took all these Jewish people when they came from the street, and they put them in the beds, like patients in beds. And then you see a mob came, they find out from the street where they came, there was a gate all around. And they wanted to break in. They thought that they were in the hospital. They wanted to burn the hospital down. But they put a fire, and there was a gate all around from wood. And they put that on fire. And of course, the gate was farther than the building. So, the doctor's wife, she brought up icon, with the Mother Mary, the picture. And she went on her knees and she swore that there is no Jews there, no Jews. Well, anyhow, just happened that the state police came. They ordered, the state police to stop it already. When the state police came, the gate was on fire. So they stopped it. Then whatever there was, they collected the people. So it happened to one family. There was a father, a mother, and a daughter 18 years old, and the baby, where I told you, where they stuck their fork in their eyes and they walked around. Well, they collected all the Jewish people. They killed 6 men and 5 women. But they shot them out in pieces. Shot them. They had to put them in a sheet when they buried them. Like you chop chickens. I'll tell you, I was 15 years old, but I was seeing all that. I was so nosy. My father and mother, I didn't ask. But these dead people, they brought to the hospital, and yet some doctors from other cities, came and they cut them, they were cut in pieces anyway, they examined them. So they took a picture. In the yard, they put a sheet, 5 women, 6 men, the 11 people. This is how they were buried, in one grave, the men in one grave, the women in one grave. And then, the rest of the people, what they find, in the other houses, they collect them all and they brought them in a school. There was a school in the middle of the center. They put all those Jewish people in the center. And then you see how father and mother, when they find their children, they thought they were all dead, how they got together. Oh my God, that scream, that cry, I could never forget as long as I live. It was a terrible thing. After that, my 2 brothers, my 2 older brothers were in America already. So that time, Russia and Japan had war. So they didn't want to go to serve the country, so they went to America before. But my father and mother and 7 children, after this pogrom, we didn't have nothing. Everything was broken, robbed. We had 2 stores. We had a home. Everything was ruined. They robbed it, they broke it. It was impossible to live there anymore.
Grandma, what was the name of the town where this pogrom was?
Miasteczko. Miasteczko is a small town. Semyonovka.
Okay.
Miasteczko, Semyonovka, Chernigovskoye gubernia. This is all I remember.
Okay.
But after the funeral, when I told my father and mother, I went to see it and I saw everything, the dead bodies cut up in pieces. Well, anyhow, when they got those people in the school, and the militia stayed, I think, about a week, till they stopped. The pogrom already stopped, because they were so drunk, so wild. They were not like a human being, they were like beasts.